What was I talking about? This is being recorded, and I don't know who's going to jump in today. There's Ed. Hello, Ed.
Hello, everybody. Hi, Jenny.
Hi.
Ed, are you coming fishing with me this year?
I am. Yes, sir.
You are. Okay, good.
For
Great.
sure.
Columbus week.
Got it.
Very good. All right. Trying to get Dominic to show up too.
Are we on recording yet or not yet?
We are recording.
Excellent.
That's something that needs to not be recorded.
No, it's all good.
Oh, okay. Otherwise, save it for later. All right. So tomorrow I'm going to be Zooming, or this lunch and learn. I'm going to be doing that from my home because I'm putting a new boiler in my house tomorrow.
Nice.
Yeah. And I was going to do it and forget it. I know it's going to happen. I'm going to start doing it. My phone's going to ring, and then we're going to have no heat.
Uh-oh.
So I just called the guy up, the guy from my networking group. He just come do the boiler. So I'm going to do lunch and learn from home tomorrow. But tomorrow is officially like the first day of all the sessions that we're going to be doing. And tomorrow I'm going to start off, and I'm not going to do them in any particular order. I'm not going from A to Z. I'm going to pick G, then Q. I'm going all around. So tomorrow we're going to do a final walkthrough. That's going to be the first thing we're going to look at and go over. Final walkthrough, start to finish punch list, so that everyone knows when they have a closing and the attorney calls you up and said, I need a closing invoice. We're going to create a closing invoice. Then, do we know what the steps are after that? We're going to go through all the steps starting tomorrow. It's going to be more colorful. It's going to be recorded, and it's going to be, I want to make them structured classroom style so that we're going over everything, and I can put it on YouTube. I'm going to make a special section for agents to go on there that they can look up on a directory and say, you know what, before I call Joe or Jenny or Derek or Vicky, before I call somebody who's done lots of transactions, let me watch the video first, right? I think that should be a great way to do it. And I really want to have these meetings very comprehensive so that everybody can be up to speed. There are plenty of agents that are here that will call up and just say, I'm on the fly. Can you create a closing invoice for me? I'm going to be tied up for the next few hours, and they want it today. 100%. We love you. That's why we're here. I'm putting an offer in, and I'm going to be out with clients all day today. When I get home tonight, I have no computer at my house. It broke, whatever. Can you please do my closing invoice? Not a problem. We need to get everybody, though, to at least know how to do the tasks. And then if you get stuck, that's not a big deal. But everybody should know how to do the tasks, right? Everybody should have a basic function so that when you're doing this, you kind of know how to do it. And then it's also a good idea that if you haven't been to closings, and you haven't been to an inspection, and you haven't been to a final walkthrough, and you haven't been to open the door for an appraisal or for showing, that I like to suggest to newer people that you jump on one. If you haven't been to an inspection, go to an inspection. Who's got an inspection this weekend? Anybody got one going on? Who's got an open house? I'd like to go attend an open house. I think Sal had an open house this weekend. I followed up with him. He didn't respond yet, but I asked him how did it go. He did one Saturday and Sunday on Labor Day weekend. And I don't know what the results were. I know that other people that had open houses canceled, delayed, whatever, till the following week open houses. Next weekend, we should have a few. We have lots of closings coming up. Lots of closings. Jenny's got a closing coming up. When's your closing, Jenny? Do we have a date yet?
We don't have a date yet. I just emailed Abby. I told her, the tenant is out because we needed her out first in order to schedule closing.
Okay, great. So now
And I want
that's
to
all we
see how
needed,
that
though, right?
apartment is gonna look. So I told the landlord, as soon as you have the keys, let me know so I could see how
That's
it.
all. That's all we needed, though.
Yeah, that is all we needed. Yeah.
Excellent. Okay, good. So we have lots of closings coming up. I know within this week and next week
And then
you have a closing
and then my rental also.
Muhammad.
Yeah.
Right. We have several closings coming up, including final walkthroughs. And so if we schedule a list of who's closing, Mary, I'm sure you've been to a few closings of your own. Ed, you've done a few of your own over your lifetime. Jenny, you've had a couple. So I'm talking to people who already had closings. But again, this is going to be recorded. You should go to someone else's closing and do a final walkthrough. Hey, what are you doing? Follow a punch list of everything you should be checking out when you're at that final walkthrough. Really important that you do that. Home inspection. Just go to home inspections. I'm not trying to pat myself on the back here. Maybe I am a little bit. But when I started, I wanted to know how to do everything. So I went to who's doing a home inspection? Anybody doing a home inspection? Great. Can I do it for you? Can I go? Can I come? Can I go? Let me do this. You going to have another closing? Can I go to that closing? You already been to 5 closings already. Can I go to your closing? I just want to go as many closings as possible so that I am walking around like an expert at closings. That's the idea. When you do a home inspection, yeah, you can go to, I've been to a home inspection already. I'll get to another one when I get there. It's so great to go to a bunch of home inspections because not every house is the same. It's going to be different issues, different houses. And when you start seeing different situations, you just get more knowledgeable. And then you walk into a house and you see something and you go, oh yeah, I already saw that. Last house I was at, or a couple of inspections ago, they explained what that thing is. And nobody else knew how to identify. You walk in and they go, oh, I know what that is. Should be good, right? That's important to do. Last chance, by the way, is tomorrow night is the career or exploration for Westchester Community College. I'm starting next Tuesday. So if you know any friends, anybody that's interested in the real estate course, they can jump in tomorrow night at 6:30. If you want, I'll give them a link. Let me know and I'll send you the link. I could jump in tomorrow night to find out about the class, and then following Tuesday, we're starting. It will be done by the 23rd of October. This one's going to go quick, really quick. Before 23rd of October, and then the weekend classes start the 25th, and that runs right through December. So for anybody interested, please pass that word along. There are a lot of people. We are anticipating a really robust season coming up. That interest rate ticks down just a little bit. Anybody seeing additional activity? Like crazy, right?
Yeah.
People are asking like crazy. You should be communicating with people constantly. Oh, Cheryl joined us. And Hugh, is that you, Hugh? Looks like Hugh jumped on. All right. Or Valerie, one or the other. Anyway, so tomorrow's the big day. Whoever was here.
Oh, it's me, Hugh.
It's you? Are you all done with your moves?
Oh my God, yes.
Or are you still going, or are you done?
We finished.
You finished? Had to be out by yesterday, right? Or
Yes.
that one. We have a new listing that'll be going on today. Mrs. Baratta and her partner Pat sold a client a house for, it was $1.2 million house in Montgomery, and they're closing in a week and a half. He did not need the sale of his house in order to buy. Now that we've got our clear to close, he said, put the house on the market. So that's going to go live this evening or tomorrow morning. It's 23 Eagle Street. It's in Monroe. It's on a huge piece of property with 2-car garage. Very nice. That'll be opportunity for open houses as well. Let me pull that up on my Google Drive here. That's the house and garage. It's on 2 acres, just under 2 acres. Got a big old playground. Beautifully set up. This garage is gigantic, 12-foot ceilings, vaulted. Where are we? Isn't that nice? Look at that fire pit. That's
It's
beautiful.
nice.
Is that the
Yeah.
house with the chicken coop?
That's the one with the chicken coop, yeah. We had
Are they
taken it
selling
off
it
the
now?
market last year. We had it listed, and they put an offer in on a house that was like $1 million, and the deal fell through. So he was looking for a specific type of house. He wants like this big old, like a Ponderosa house with the stables and everything else. And another one came back on the market, and they got an accepted offer. It was great because it was a divorce. It's a particular type of house that nobody else wanted, and he was able to negotiate it down to 850 from $1.2 million.
Oh, nice.
So it's really nice. So anyway, that's the garage. This is kitchen, bedroom. I don't know what happened to the rest of the pics, but I had other pics. Oh, here we go. VHD pics. Wrong camera. Living room. This is the same photographer, by the way, does all our pics. Pretty cool. Very nice house. Anyway, it still looks like this, and it'll be live. I'm going to put signs up. Signs are going up today or tomorrow, listed tonight or tomorrow. Anybody knows anybody might be looking for a 3-bedroom house on 2 acres. And let me tell you, the way we're going to market this property is not just marketing the property, but it's specific. Like the person who's going to need that house, the description is going to include contractor. Like if you look at the size of the garage inside, it's magnificent. Big giant garage. It has 2 doors on it, but you can fit 4 to 6 vehicles inside. That's how big it is. So my thought is to market this property to someone who's either a contractor that needs a huge storage space, park lots of trucks on the property, run his business out of there, or somebody with exotic cars. Somebody that has some like rich guy in the city, and he's paying some ridiculous amount of money to put all his, vintage cars or car collectibles. You can fit a lot of cars in there. It's heated, got big high ceilings and a lot of space in there. That's my target client for that property. So we're going to have to figure out
Where is this property located?
Monroe, and it's got lake rights. It's
Oh, nice.
Lake Oscawana. It's not on the lake. It's
Mhm.
like 1 block in from the lake.
Okay.
So you can, it's got lake rights to the property, and it's up a hill, so you don't have to worry about like flooding from the lake or anything like that. It's a nice property. And again, a contractor's dream, this property. He's actually a painting contractor, and he runs his business out of there. He's been doing that for years. Okay, so that's available. We also had, I think I mentioned to you before, that Donna had a listing from that other client and neglected to find out. Like, again, I didn't do the interview. Wasn't my deal. It was Donna and Pat. And they neglected to ask the client, if we find you a house, or if we get your house sold quickly, you have somewhere to stay in the meantime. And he said, I have a house. It's like, no, you're not understanding us. If we sell your house, you're going to have to be out of here in 90 days, and you're very, very particular on where you're going. What happens if we can't find a house for you in that 90 days? You have somewhere else you can go. And he goes, no. So the answer was, take it off the market. I'm going to try and get them to find a house. So they're sending him stuff, but not him, it's his wife, very particular. He would have bought the first house we showed him. He loved it. His wife didn't like it. And more importantly, her dad didn't like it. He is a commercial real estate broker in South Jersey. So he was filling her ear, and he probably said, "What are you buying? The first house you looked at?" And so they backed. It was perfect for them. Neighborhood, school, the size of the prop, everything was perfect. She just pulled the plug. So that's it. You have to deal with clients. We've had a lot of very interesting situations in the last couple of weeks. Anyway, so just a teaser. Cheryl, you're going to want to come to every lunch and learn for the next couple of weeks, because we're going to be doing all the
Okay.
fill-ins, all the different, and it's all going to be available too. I'm going to try and make them as targeted as possible. The rambling I'm doing today is not going to be part of that. So tomorrow, once we start the session, if somebody says, "Oh, here's my situation," blah, 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 about something else, I'm going to say, hold that until the end of the thing. When we're finished, then we'll talk about that stuff, because I want to get it and make it into a lesson, so I don't have crazy editing to do, because if I have to take a whole afternoon to edit, then I'm going to backlog on these things, and I want them out and available right away. Something else besides the final walkthrough, which is what we're going to talk about tomorrow, we're also going to talk about in the next one after that, what happens after the closing. What happens after we close? There are certain things that we want to do. We're going to walk through the process of reaching out to somebody, everything that we want to do, send out mailers, postcards. We have all kind of material on that. And I want people to use it. It's just not good to have all these resources and not use them. It's really important that you do that. Did you get an email from Kelly? Happy
Yeah.
Memorial Labor Day weekend. I was so happy to see that, because she actually picked all the agents, went down the line, and sent everybody the same email. Now, there's no way that she went in there and individually paste, send, open it up, paste, send. She did that in her CRM. She went and picked all the names, enter, send it out. And there she is. Speaking of, were your ears ringing, Kelly, just now?
No, why?
No, because I just mentioned that you sent out that Labor Day message.
Oh, and I'm sorry, I forgot to BCC that.
That's okay. Didn't matter. It was fine. The fact is that you did something, and everybody should have done something. Or today, if you didn't do a happy Labor Day to all the hardworking people, you could today say first day of the official back to school or fall or whatever, something to say, and send it out. Reach out to people. Hey, what are we doing? Everything good? You back to school now? Kids are in school. This is the final countdown. As a matter of fact, I have a few things that I was going to look at, and it was looking at a couple of different ideas. Like right now, you should be looking at seasonal content. I may even touch base on that tomorrow a little bit more. Seasonal content. So right now it's fall. So we need to look at the different plants, like just an email to send somebody different plants that you could put around the garden this time of year. Ways to clean up. Start thinking about, as soon as the fall comes, booking somebody to clean your gutters now and to do your yard cleanup. Just things that people will be thinking of now that they're back to school. All right. We should always think about keeping your CRM as refreshed as possible, so that we're using it. It's the car, or it's the car that's in the garage that people are not using, right? Just be ready to do that. You should be reaching out to people all the time. Kelly, got your hand up?
I do. Can I ask a quick question?
Sure.
I'm going to show a co-op today,
Sorry to
and
hear.
I've never, yeah, thank you, but it's my daughter's friend, so I got to do
Okay,
it.
that's all right.
But I haven't done it before. So what do I need to know that's different besides like a flip tax and the board and blah, blah, blah? Like anything that I might not know?
Did they get pre-approved for a co-op?
Ally has her paperwork now.
Okay.
Credit scores
Is he
important.
aware that it is a co-op that he's pricing, not a condo?
Yes.
Okay.
And she's putting like 50% down.
Okay. Great. And she has good credit and she has a good income.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, great. No, other than that, if she loves it, every single listing on the top, there's a little icon for documents. You're going to open up and it'll have the
I
pre-approval.
sent her all the requirements already
You did
and
already
she looked at them. Yes.
for that one property that you're going to see?
Yes.
Okay, great. So that's pretty much it. Other than that, the rest is routine. They're going to go through the whole mortgage process, and then once everything's done, then it goes to the board.
Yeah.
Board approval. How long did yours start?
5 months ago.
5+ months ago. Yeah.
Okay.
So
Finally it's over.
yeah,
I
And
figured,
the
but
rental we just did the other day
They paid me
is-
more.
paid more money.
I know I did the math. It's
Yeah.
horrible,
Yeah. So
but
it
it's okay.
wasn't for a friend.
It's
That's
an
why I said sorry to
experience.
hear that, because
Yeah.
you might have this much hair when you're all done.
Well, I think there's already an accepted offer on the one that she really likes that we're going to see today, but it's
Are you
okay.
just going out just to get her feet wet?
Yes. Well,
Okay.
she really wanted this one, but there's an offer on it, but
Accepted.
yes.
Okay. So is there a chance that you could go in there and hit it higher and steal it out from them, or not?
Supposedly it just happened Saturday, so I don't see why not.
Oh, okay. Unless they didn't inspect it yet, then you might still have a chance.
Yeah, and they didn't cancel my appointment, so
So where are we, as long as we're here with you on Maple Ave
inspections tomorrow.
tomorrow?
And it's like the fourth accepted offer, so everybody please pray.
That's not our buyer though. That's your
Not
buyer.
our buyer.
It's
And if
it's your
Rob
list.
doesn't close on that other house that we have an accepted offer on, he has this crazy contract where he could lose his 50 grand.
The buyer that you're bringing tomorrow has their own agent, or it's you?
Where? Buyer today?
No, for the inspection tomorrow.
I'm not going. It's another
They have
agent.
their own agent.
Yes.
Okay, that's what I mean. So we can't invite a new agent
Oh.
to go to your inspection tomorrow. I was just mentioning that it's
Oh.
really good for new agents to go to a home inspection, to go to a closing, to go to a final walkthrough, et cetera, with somebody who's got one.
Mhm.
If that was your buyer, I would say, I'm going to get somebody to go with you, new person.
Got you.
Okay, but you have lots of closings, so maybe one of your closings, you can bring somebody with you? Like a
Sure.
new person? Good. Okay.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's really, and the final walkthrough where I want to,
Yeah, that's always fun. And you always need help doing that.
yeah, either for you, I mean, once you have that first one down, it gets easier. So everything else gets easier after the first time. We all know that one. Okay, so the way we're setting everything up starting tomorrow is everything's going to be punch list style. So you can actually go to the resource folder, the document folder, and print. Let's say you're doing a final walkthrough, like, oh, I don't want to forget anything. You can print the whole final walkthrough, everything to do. And by the way,
Thank you. That's great.
yeah, Fred's been working on it for me for quite a while, and we're ready to roll it out. I don't want to roll it out with no attendance, and so we're saving it for tomorrow. So that's it. It's going to be in punch list format. Everything's going to be punch list format. Jenny's going to do a couple of different ones for us as well, and we'll broadcast it, but I want to do some private sessions with people as well in some of the evenings here in our conference room. Not necessarily in the cafeteria, because if 5 or 6 people need like specific training, they could come here in the evening and work with somebody separately, right? Like someone like Cheryl, you may need a one-on-one with somebody who could come here after hours and utilize the office. Nobody's here after 5 o'clock anyway. Okay,
I'm going back to my desk, but I'll be listening.
okie doke.
And that we did a punch list.
Yeah.
I mean, it was
These were the ones that he used to create it. So I don't really have it created yet, but we'll have it.
For this particular apartment that is in a little stress, meaning that it needs work, we
Right.
didn't do inspection because of that. Do I need to go really crazy about it or just go and turn off the light and that's it, right?
That just the basics. And since you did no inspection,
Yeah.
doesn't matter what you find.
Yeah,
You're
because
not going to be able to claim it.
they're gonna
The
renovate it.
dishwasher doesn't work. You can't say
Nothing.
dishwasher doesn't work because we don't know if it worked when you went there because you didn't do an inspection. So in that particular case, it's not an expensive place, planning on doing renovations anyway. But in the future, if you were doing talking to everybody, anybody that is doing a sale, you want to make sure that if anything was negotiated from the inspection, like the burners on the stove weren't working, got to make sure that it's on the list. So when you go there, you check the burners and go, these things are supposed to be working. They're not working. I'm going to bring that to somebody's attention at the closing. If something as simple as that, people think like, oh, I don't want to be a pain in the ass. If that stove was working at the time of the inspection and the day of the closing, it's not working, we're going to try and get you a new stove or at least a couple $100 off or something, not walking away. And if the owner says, well, forget it, I'm not doing it, you got to be willing to delay. If somebody said to you, that stove's not working, do you want me to get you some money off? How bad do you want the $300 for the stove to be fixed? How bad do you want it? What do you mean by that? Well, I mean, for negotiation, you got to have a little bit of cojones if you're going to do that. So basically, are you willing to walk out of the closing and not close because of that item? Because if you are, great. But if they say no, there's no way, and we start arguing, are you prepared to say, let's go, we're walking out of here? Then we can do it. Because if you do that, even though you probably won't have to, if I literally got my client to get up, we're leaving, we want $300 for that broken stove, or I'm not closing. Have people tried to do that? 1,000,000 times. So basically, you start packing up, you start heading for the door, and they go, oh, wait a minute, let's discuss this some more. You really don't want to do this today? So that's all part of negotiation. You got to make sure that your client is aware. Another thing before that, and I don't want to say too much of what we're talking about, but that's something that needs to be looked at very carefully, is before you even get to the final walkthrough. That's another thing that we're going to talk about tomorrow. Checklists, things to do in advance. Anybody know what the buyer needs to do? Any guess? You're closing next week on, what's today? I don't even know today. It's Tuesday. You're closing, pretend it's a regular week. It's Tuesday. We're closing on Friday. What do we need to tell our client to do 3 days before the closing, a couple of days before the closing? Any guess? I know. Call the utility companies. Switch the water over. Switch the electric over. Yeah, but Joe, it's electronic. They can do it from there. What if you don't get through? You know what happens? The seller calls up and says, I'm closing on Friday. Please shut the power off. They don't shut the power off. They stop the billing. But if you don't call them in time, 5 p.m., power shuts off. On a Friday afternoon, 5 p.m. power shuts off. And guess what? You're not getting electricity till Monday. And it's happened to people in the past. So we want to make sure that we do certain things. Something else, anything else that you could think of that you need to tell people to do a couple of days before closing, at least a week before closing? Any idea?
About home insurance.
Homeowners insurance, the bank's going to ask for, if there's a bank. If there's no bank, then you can advise homeowners insurance. And what is that thing? At least a week, week and a half before? Hugh knows the answer to this one. Got to reroute the mail. Otherwise, if you go the day before closing or 2 days before closing, and then you go to the post office and go, here, I moved, please forward my mail, the new buyer is going to get your mail for at least a week, week and a half. Pretty important that we do that as well. It's on a checklist. So things like that we're going to be talking about. I had other things I wanted to discuss as well, but let's see. We're supposed to get a listing from Jane this week and a listing from Morgan in Peekskill. We also had some rentals are easier than others. Some landlords are nicer than others. I don't know how to say this in a nice way, so I'm probably just going to move on from what I was planning on saying, but this particular landlord has the client make lots and lots of checks for all different wacky denominations, and I'm going to leave it at that. I'm going to have to email that up, edit that out. All right. Last thing I want to talk about, because tomorrow is going to be the start of big day. Last thing I want to talk about is the, what was I going to talk about? First impressions. That's what I wanted to talk about. First impressions when we're meeting people. I know I'm not talking about the way you dress. I'm talking about today when we meet people, we're not necessarily meeting them in person, face to face for the first time. So keeping our social media as professional, adding to it periodically. And I know I don't have to tell anybody here about crazy stuff putting on social media, but you really should look at your content, make sure that you're putting out the message, that you look the way you want to look, the way you want to be perceived as a professional agent on your professional site, right? So that first impression means a lot. When people are meeting you for the first time, it's not always face to face. When people are meeting you for the first time, a lot of times they're meeting you on Facebook, on Instagram, some social media. They're meeting you for the first time, and think about what kind of impression did I just give my client if they were to just meet me now. So we want to make sure, we're going to also look at that in the next couple of weeks to come, that your social media is reflecting the image that you want to portray. The image should be very busy, very professional, organized. All those different things need to come through. One post, again, keep in mind, I'm not talking to anybody here in particular. One single post, 3 posts, you standing in front of a sign and no listings and no nothing else going on your post, your first impression, that first hello, nice to meet you, is there's not a lot going on there. Not very professional. They're not very busy. They don't have much work. Think about that as your first time meeting somebody, and instead of just saying, hey, my name is Joe Baratta, I'm dressed business casual, hi, how are you, here's my card, shake hands. That's what they're doing when they go to social media. They're looking at you and they're forming an opinion immediately. They do that when you roll up in your car, when you walk in, the way you're well dressed, and more importantly now, before you even get there, everybody is doing the same thing. Everybody's doing the same thing. No matter who you are, no matter where I go, no matter who I'm talking about, you meet somebody, anybody says anything, the first thing, go look online. You mention the name of a restaurant, go look online. You mention a property, an address, pull up their phone. Oh, there it is, right there. And you mention a person, who's so-and-so. Oh, here he is. That's who we're going to go meet. This is what happens. So when somebody says, hey, here's the card of my friend, she is a real estate agent and they did a great job selling my house, or I met this person, I don't really know much about her, but she's a real estate agent, and give her a call, give her a shot, what do you got to lose? And they pull you up. What are they going to see the first time they see you? What is the message that they're going to get when they see you? Is it going to be super professional, super busy, silly. Anyway, Cheryl,
Yes.
tell me what you're doing. Not right this second. I mean, how's your real estate career going so far?
So, we had talked about me having a warm lead, not a
Yeah.
hot lead, listing.
Right.
No, is it lead? No. What do you call it? A
Warm lead for a
warm
listing.
lead.
Yeah.
Yes. So you told me to go back and say to them, listen, the season is about to end. It's going to be cold soon. Let's just get out and start looking at some places. So I did that, and she was a little if-anding and butting with me, but she finally agreed. So we've already gone out, we saw a few places, and we're going out again this weekend.
Great.
So we're on a bi-weekly. She and her sister, I take them out. So I'm hoping that maybe we'll find something before, end of October.
Mhm.
But at least she's now not just looking on Zillow, but going physically into houses. So I'm hoping that by the spring, she'll be ready to pull the trigger.
I'm hoping that you find something in the next couple of weeks and then
Yes,
be more anxious.
exactly.
Yeah. And if not, you can always pause. If you have nothing else to do, it's a great use of time to take the client out. It's a good experience for you. You're looking at a lot of homes. They do as well. And if, you don't want to burn them out either, that they just looked at so many homes that they're confused. Right. But at the same
Correct.
token, you want to get out there, show them a few things, feel them out. And then if nothing really exciting, at least you have an idea of what they love, what they hate. And if nothing really comes up, say, I'll call you, but I'm going to keep my eyes open for you. If you see anything before I do, which is highly unlikely because you always want to make them think that they have less access to things than you do. But if something comes up that you see that I happen to miss for whatever reason, send it to
Right.
me and we'll head out. We'll go take a look. Otherwise, bi-weekly is a good idea too. This way they're not too burnt out. And holidays are upon us. So it really does. I would love for you to make a sale before the end of the year. But if it doesn't
I would
happen,
too.
holidays are upon us, right? And believe it or not, here we are. The whole summer ended. We're in September already. And it feels like just a few hours ago, I was saying it's March. We have a small window of season, and here we are at September already. 6 months went by just like that. So it will be spring before you know it. Not that we want to wait that long, but it will be spring before you know it. And one way or the other. The other thing is, I just want to point out to you and anybody else that would be watching this is, and I know you're probably not doing this, I'm just stating a fact. Don't focus on the one client. You have the one client, take them out bi-weekly, staying in touch with them. Always, always, always continue to generate more leads. Especially like a newer person, the temptation to spend all your focus on this one client and then you're neglecting. So even when you do take that client out on a Saturday, don't lose the Saturday because I'm shopping all day. Still do your daily looking for leads every day.
Okay.
I found that to be a big problem with a lot of new agents is they get one or two clients and all they do is work on that one or two clients and neglect generating more leads coming in,
I had
more
that mistake
spreading
happen.
the word. Yeah. And then next thing you know, you close and you're like, wow, look at the size of this check. Now I got to start from scratch instead of working on the people you're already working with. Jenny, what were you saying?
No, I was
Good
just saying
idea.
that I made that same mistake when I first started, where I would just get too focused on just that one client. And mind you, it was just a rental, so it's just 1 month broker fee. Like, yeah, you're making money, but not a lot. When you can be generating more leads, and
Constantly. Yeah.
correct, yeah.
Just constantly working on generating leads is just like waking up. You don't have to brush your teeth. You don't have to take a shower in the morning. You don't have to get dressed. You can walk out the door in your pajamas, but you have a routine of things that you do every day. And part of your routine should be spending some time dedicated to generating new business, new leads, finding leads. That should be part of your day, every single day. So I just, for you and anybody else watching this, that's a function of your daily life. The same way you wake up, brush your teeth, whatever your routine is. I have a lengthy routine in the morning every day. And the same way I do that, you have to put time aside to generating new business. All right, whatever it is that you do that works for you. And if you don't know what works for you yet, you got to try a bunch of different things until you can figure out which thing works for me the best. And then run with it. Okay.
Sounds
Okay.
good, Joe.
Sounds great. It is 12:51. Hugh, I'll talk soon. Jenny, let me know as soon as you know when you're closing.